It is true when people say that Joe Rogan is a man of many talents. Over the years, Rogan has proved himself in the world of acting, stand-up comedy, in the field of martial arts, and as a UFC commentator. But one of his best talents is making celebrities dislike him. So let's take a look at 10 celebrities who cannot stand Joe Rogan. At number 10, Trisha Paytas. Joe Rogan received a backlash after his misogynistic comments on the photo of online personality and OnlyFans creator Trisha. In his podcast interview with comedian Allie, she happened to mention that she subscribed to Paytas' OnlyFans account, in which Rogan asked his team to get a snap of the star. After looking at the photo of Paytas, Rogan said in a dismissive tone, "Yeah, you can keep that." This created a ruckus among fans of the online personality and caused Rogan of body shaming. It also reached out to Paytas, causing them to upload an 8-minute video titled "Dear Joe Rogan" as their response. At number 9, Prince Harry. What's more interesting than getting the attention of a member of the royal family? In an issued statement, Harry and his wife Meghan have reached out on Spotify to express their concerns about the consequences of COVID-19 misinformation on its platform. This is after Joe Rogan told its listeners on his podcast that it is perfectly safe to not get vaccinated when someone is a healthy young adult. Rogan, being the sole subject of spreading false information, denied this issue and claimed that he is not trying to promote misinformation in his show, but rather to have interesting conversations. At number 8, Stephen A. Smith. The feud between two sports commentators started when Rogan expressed his views on the main event of UFC 246. Donald Cerrone suffered a 40-second TKO loss to Conor McGregor, which Smith described as giving up. Smith's remarks to Cerrone were not taken well by the MMA community, including Rogan. The longtime UFC commentator called out Smith and told the listener of his podcast that it's a bad look for ESPN, it's a bad look for Smith, and it's a bad look for the sport. Smith responded to Rogan with a video posted on his Twitter account offering to debate with him on the matter. At number 7, Fallon Fox. In previous years, Joe Rogan had received criticism for being transphobic because of his honest opinion on not letting Fox, a transgender athlete, compete in the women's MMA. He strongly argued that even though Fox underwent post-op to be a woman, the trans athlete is still benefiting from his psychological feature, which he is a man. Fox responded to this claim by citing baseball legend Jackie Robinson's discrimination issue with being at an unfair advantage because black people have larger heel bones than white men. At number 6, Tito Ortiz. Former UFC champion Tito Ortiz is not happy about podcaster Joe Rogan's decision to leave California for Texas. Rogan explained that the state was already overcrowded and even brought up the problem of homelessness and financial hardship of people in addition to the traffic in the city. The podcaster only wanted to be somewhere in the center of the country, making it accessible for him to travel both places and to be somewhere with a bit of freedom. Ortiz, who was running for city council in Huntington Beach, California at the time, believed that Joe Rogan and other Hollywood celebrities who left the state were just all quitters. At number 5, Neil Young. Legendary rocker Neil Young took on the quest to challenge Spotify in a battle to choose between him and Joe Rogan. The ultimatum was given due to Rogan's controversial issue on COVID-19 misinformation that may cause serious consequences for the listeners of his show. Although Young was just taking a principled stand on the issue, Spotify chose to stay with the podcaster while wishing the rocker well and hoping him to come back soon. At number 4, Joni Mitchell. Folk music legend Joni Mitchell, who battled with polio, has joined his co-artist Neil Young in their protest against Spotify for hosting Joe Rogan's controversial podcast. Mitchell wrote in her statement that she decided to remove all of her music from the platform to stand in solidarity with Neil Young and the global scientific and medical communities on the issue. Mitchell also included a link to open letter to Spotify, which was signed by dozens of medical and scientific professionals. It emphasizes the main point of establishing a policy to address misleading and false information made by the podcast host Joe Rogan. At number 3, Trevor Noah. Joe Rogan went under fire after a video of him repeatedly saying the N-word went viral. The podcast star immediately issued an apology on Instagram for the use of a racial slur, insisting he didn't intend to sound racist. Though Rogan expressed his regret about what happened, The Daily Show host Trevor Noah didn't buy it. In one of the episodes of his show, the host argued that Joe was using racism as a form of entertainment, but fans of Rogan came for Noah and reminded him of how the podcast star came to his defense after a series of controversial tweets that he posted over the years resurfaced shortly after he was announced as the new host of The Daily Show. At number 2, Sunny Hostin. In one of the episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast host Rogan opened the idea of hosting a presidential debate, to which Donald Trump took positively. As interesting as this setup might be, The View co-host, whose net worth is $3 million, isn't too happy about it. Hostin described Rogan as misogynistic, racist, homophobic, and someone who would be an inappropriate choice to moderate a presidential debate. Trump also didn't get away with saying that the president has debased the office for the presidency and thinks that the country has lost a sense of decorum. And last but not least, at number 1, Chelsea Peretti. Rogan was still not satisfied with all of his controversies, so he got another one. Chelsea Peretti of Brooklyn Nine-Nine was quick to call out Joe Rogan and his quest on the podcast show Joey Diaz after making a sexist statement about procuring sexual favors from female comedians in order to get stage time. Rogan seemed to find Joey's claims hilarious before asking him how many women he did this with. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to 10 Focus, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching!